ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, the Painters!
Welcome everyone to our Halloween party. We are the Painters. Thank you so much for dressing up. I think maybe you are confused. I can see on your face you're like, who are they dressed as? And this is the most fun part of every Halloween party, is figuring that out, right? So let's just go. You can start. Who are you?
I am Captain Death of the American Dream. I am your silly idea of gender roles destroyed.
I am a pumpkin.
I am a champion of the common man.
Yes.
I am the memory of an ideal childhood, which in fact has never existed.
I am Wolf Vampire. You have not.
Alex, what are you?
Oh,
Yes, what are you?
I'm cold. Now, if as is tradition, we have a gallery out front. Maybe you've seen it. We need one more painting to finish it. Who would like to paint our last painting? Oh, right here. Please come up. And then, oh, this gentleman right here. Please also come up. Yes, very good. Okay,
Oh,
and you
that
stand.
guy.
Oh, that guy. Yes. Oh, how many times can I make fun of you for being my father? Okay, now, oh boy, what is your name?
Benjamin
And the last name?
Domask.
Ooh, that's cool. And your name, sir?
Donald Gagliardi.
No, it's not true. Okay, 1 second. Oh, this is very hard. Oh, jeez. Oh, would you guys work together? On one painting? Oh, very good. Oh, this is good. This is what I want. Okay, so Don Gagliardi or whatever. And then you are Benjamin Domask.
Yes.
So cool. Okay, and then we also need, when do you wish you were born?
1924.
1924. And when do you wish you were born?
1944.
Oh, very good. Very good. And where do you wish you were born?
A hospital, a clean one.
Correct.
A clean hospital.
Very good. Oh, clean one. That's right. I should put clean. People would be confused. Clean hospital. And where do you wish you were born?
Mount Vesuvius.
We'll go with clean hospital. Very good. Okay, and now, gentlemen, I'll take you back first, but if you'll stay here for a moment, we must ask you some questions. Real quick, please don the painter uniform. There we go, and you put this on like a child. And then, now back there we have asked every week for new items to paint with. We have tacks, we have jelly beans, starburst, we have post-it notes, dinosaur stickers. Dinosaur stickers. I said it right. And then 1 week we asked someone to do a Slinky, but they did not. So your item is Slinky, and please use it or you will disappoint us all. Okay, are we ready? Please follow me. You stay here.
Oh no, Dan. You are all alone up here now.
Yes, I am.
This is so sad for you.
Why is it sad?
Because you
You're
are.
a pumpkin. Pumpkins are happy.
Yes, but pumpkins are not people.
Can I carve you?
Don't.
No.
Stop.
No, can carve?
No,
Oh, okay.
you must tell me
Yes.
if you could carve me with something. Because it's Halloween. What would you carve me with? I am very comfortable.
I have this.
Your finger?
Finger.
The finger. The finger.
We see located in a glass dome a finger.
There is no hand attached to it.
It's on a dark wooden pedestal in the middle of a room.
It misses its friends, index, pinky, and thumb.
It looks out entrapped in its glass cage, a neat mason jar with a calligraphy sign on it.
It does not miss the ring finger. Fuck that guy.
There's one light shining down on it and lasers protecting it.
There's a plaque on the front of the pedestal that says, "Please, for your safety, do not touch."
The calligraphy on the mason jar says, "But seriously, bro, don't touch."
These signs are pointed inward, telling the finger not to touch.
As a finger, it was made to touch.
The lasers are to keep it in.
Betrayed by its 3 friends and 1 motherfucker, it is vowed it will touch again.
There is a guard standing at the wall of the room near a door.
A dog comes in through the window and into his neck.
The guard slumps down to the floor. All of a sudden, an alarm goes off. He set off a pressure sensor on the floor.
The finger hops to attention.
It realizes that now, I mean, you can't trip the lasers, so he's just gonna go for it.
The finger touches the outside of the glass.
The glass shatters.
The finger touches the laser beam.
The laser shatters.
At the window where the dart came in, there are many bars, vertical bars in the window.
Standing kind of in between the bars is ring finger.
It's got a class ring on it. 1975.
The bars are wrapped in a holly because it's Christmas time.
Ring and middle lock cuticles.
Their gaze shatters.
Ring finger has like a sniper rifle that's finger sized.
It's got an eye patch on the front of its ring finger.
He's smoking a little cigar.
He's sitting in a deer stand made out of a Cracker Jack box.
Behind him, the moon is full.
The middle finger jumps down off of the pedestal onto the floor.
The guard dogs of the museum are starting to wake up. You can hear a bark coming through the door.
They're starting to wake up, but it's very slow. Like, they're just not like morning people.
They're laser dogs.
Even though it's nighttime, it's just like when they wake up is morning.
There's a sign on the door that says, "Quiet, dogs are sleeping." But it's pointing inward, so only the dogs can read it.
In the dog room, there are 3 vicious-looking dogs, but like in a very cute, vicious kind of way. Like they're all wearing bows.
This first dog has a spiked, studded collar that is like 4 times too big for its neck. It kind of hangs limply around the rest of its body like a sachet.
The spikes on this dog's collar are colored in Christmas colors, alternating green and red, green and red.
The dog is a large Rottweiler, big and muscular, about 150 pounds.
His name is Bruce.
The next dog is a Dalmatian.
Except for where all of its spots are spikes. It's just got spikes all over it.
The spikes are red and green, but the dog will be very quick to tell you it's not Christmas colors.
The third dog is a small Westie that doesn't have any spikes on it at all.
It looks like a normal Westie.
All of its spikes are pointed in.
This Westie has an eye patch. These two dogs fight all the time. This Westie is the one that's like, oh, it's Christmas. And he's like, no, like red is blood and green is like poison, man.
This dog is very conflict averse, despite its great size and intimidating appearance.
Bruce is a gentle giant. Bruce once saved a baby from its own parents.
Abusive parents.
Each of the 3 dogs has their own little bed.
The Westie has a great idea, a scheme to teach the Dalmatian the true meaning of Christmas.
The Westie has been knitting stockings in its bed.
The Westie just has journals and journals full of schemes to teach the true meaning of Christmas. There is a Christmas tree on the wall.
Bruce is agnostic, but also appreciates the familial and cultural significance of the holiday.
Bruce is just happy we're all together at this time of year.
Bruce yawns wide, waking up but also expressing all of his emotions.
In the background, all the dogs can hear a faint
But they're dogs, so it's a lot louder than it sounds to us. But they are dogs, so like relatively it is faint for them.
Although the piercing sound of the alarms is loud, the Westie is definitely one of those dogs that needs a coffee first before anything else happens, so it begins to fill the Keurig machine for the other dogs.
The Westie is very particular about his morning ritual. He has to like take a poop first.
The Dalmatian is still in bed, just refusing to get up. It waits at least 3 alarms before it gets up.
The dog gets up.
They're all now at attention.
Drooling.
Green.
Red.
Spiky.
Westie. In the finger room, we see our 2 heroes, I guess. Time has progressed and they've been wrestling on the floor for hours.
There's a faint scratching at the door from the dog room.
And they stop. In their eyes, there's hatred for each other. But they also realize they must work together to survive. There is a begrudging acknowledgement of this situation as they nod.
They smell the dog smell, and both are taken back to a time when they were on the same hand.
We see a man with a hand.
He holds it against up against a mirror to look at it.
Oh, look, the gang's all here. Look, it's Pinky. Man, Middle always had a thing for her.
The man is dressed in a Santa suit.
This is the figure they always made fun of.
More like dumb.
The Pinky always felt bad and pitied the thumb, and accepted a date from the thumb.
Yeah.
The Santa was currently at a mall, and he was waiting on his break. He liked to look at his hand and think about all the children who sat on his lap.
No, it was really sweet. It was like a really sweet, you guys, come on.
He was thinking, oh, how I touched so many kids, but in a good way, a sweet way.
Hold on, I see what the problem is. I'll just...
While they were waiting against the wall, the ring finger, in its fashion, was regaling the other fingers of its glory days in high school when it achieved the magnanimous circumstances of achieving the fastestly consumed PBR in the basement of the Santa's mother.
It's still got the class ring on it. It was that hard to listen to for all the other fingers.
They all jumped off one by one.
Thumb first because they had the most reason to leave.
Pinky followed Thumb. She was in love.
Index.
Just because-
Index killed itself immediately.
And that only left Middle and Ring together.
Ring Finger took out his gun and from a distance shot Pinky in the back as she was running.
That distance was a very short distance.
Pinky was like right here. Thumb is gone.
Middle, who was in love with Pinky, immediately started crying and ran to her side, jumping off.
Ringfinger then planted evidence, so Middle got put into jail for killing Pinky.
Thumb runs through the mall, past the screaming children, and out into the street.
In a forest, in a dark forest where there's a cabin.
But
inside
also there's a street.
But there's also
You get to the cabin.
that's how you get to the cabin. But most people don't go down that street. There is a man or a woman, we never really defined it, named Thumb.
This man or woman named Thumb has a bindle.
And there's also a typewriter right in front of Thumb. Like a thumb-sized typewriter can only hit with its face.
Although the bindle is light, the crushing grief of its lost companion weighs heavily on its knuckle.
The typewriter is just a spacebar, because that's the only thing the thumb can hit.
There are empty bottles all around Thumb because Thumb has developed a drinking problem.
There is a pile of crumpled up paper on the floor. Thumb's novel is not going well.
It's just spaces.
Space. Space, 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 space. Space, 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 space.
It's supposed to be about cowboys. Space cowboy.
One day, Thumb looks up and looks around at all of his work, his space work. And he feels nothing. And he feels terrible.
Thumb has a long beard.
It's Steve Miller.
There's one piece of paper still in the typewriter, and from the window back here, a dart hits it up against the wall.
The paper slumps over.
It drools green and red.
We see through the window Ringfinger.
Ringfinger has 2 eye patches. And 2 cigars.
Thumb has an empty heart. If he had arms, he'd raise them up, but he doesn't have any arms.
They lock cuticles.
Flopping, Ringfinger like kind of fumbles around for a little bit and then comes back up and through the window flops Middle Finger.
Middle Finger is dead.
You thought I'd never find you, says Ringfinger.
Thumb just looks down at the floor, refusing to lock eyes with Ringfinger.
What Thumb doesn't know is that all the alcohol that Thumb has been drinking over all of these years is actually, while developing a very serious disease, also developed superpowers.
When Thumb looks back up and catches Ringfinger's gaze, Thumb's eyes are glowing.
Though Thumb appears to be caught off guard, she has been writing her speech to Ringfinger this entire time. Space.
Space, 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 space. Ringfinger is confused. He doesn't know what to think about the speech. It's hitting him in all of his emotional centers.
Ringfinger doesn't understand. He thought he needed space. He thought space was what was important. But instead he's just alone.
Too much space.
Too much space.
Too much
space. Too much space. Too much space.
We see a mall Santa with no fingers on his hands.
Holding his nub against a mirror.
He is in the bathroom of his house, which he's owned for 30 years now.
It's a hook with a candy cane coming out.
He's designed his bathroom to look like a mall bathroom. So it has like 3 stalls with 3 toilets.
But only one of them has toilet paper.
It's as dirty as a mall bathroom is. He cleans it to exactly that level of dirtiness.
He even invites strangers over to his house once a month just to use the bathroom.
There are trophies in the bathroom, and they're all like Mall Santa of the Year, Mall Santa of the Year, and then one year they stop.
They are stacked up on the baby changing station.
All the trophies have Santa going up like this, and it has both hands.
There is a faint ringing sound heard above in the rafters of the mall-like bathroom.
On the mirror, you see that with his hook hand, he's been carving the word space.
Through the vent in the top of the ceiling, 2 fingers emerge and peer out at their former owner.
Ring and Thumb working together. Or are they?
We're the vent. Right? Where's our vent? Okay.
Guys, staging!
A piece of mint-flavored floss descends down from the rafters.
Santa notices, and as the floss comes down, you see Thumb flop to the ground.
Thumb is dead.
Ring has 3 eye patches. One is over its nose.
It's having trouble breathing. It's very loud at breathing because it has to breathe through its mouth.
And 3 cigars.
Ring snakes the floss around his body and shimmies down as best he can to the floor.
A familiar look appears in the Santa's eyes as if eyes meet cuticle of the finger on the floor.
The Santa bends down and picks up the ring finger with his other hand. He then tries to attach it to his other hand, but it takes 2 hands, so he can't really do it.
It's really pathetic. He keeps trying even though he knows he can't do it, and he just eventually starts crying.
Ringfinger speaks and says, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?"
Santa's tears are red and green.
But it's not like a Christmas thing. That's just his condition. It's mostly just blood and poison.
Santa misses his dog.
Their gaze shatters.
The blood and poison begin to pool on the floor, floating Thumb's body over to Middle Finger.
Middle finger gently touches, or the body of the thumb gently touches the ring finger. As the ring finger starts floating in the mixture of blood and poison.
Ring finger uses thumb to float.
Almost like a Titanic thing.
Yeah. For the last time, for what ring finger knows will be the last time, he looks down into Thumb's eyes, and Thumb's eyes open.
The poison that had been coming from Santa's eyes had actually produced a life-giving chemical because with the superpowers that Thumb had.
Right, yeah.
There's a look of understanding and forgiveness between hand and man. Through the window, dart, dart, dart.
And Who would it be? But Pinky.
I would call that a cliffhanger, but we're not coming back.
No, that is it for us. We are done. That
You'll
was the last
never
show.
know.
Thank you so much for having us, Huge Theater. And now we must see the painting that these two people. You have to be done. What are you doing? Get
Finish,
up here.
put the slinky down.
You didn't put the slinky on it, did you? Oh boy. Oh,
A lot of people are gonna be real sad about that.
That's okay. Art is mostly disappointment.
Look, I love watching you scramble back there, but we must move on.
Do I see a dangling little
We
slinky?
can always call this unfinished work number 22.
Oh no, it looks like they're ready. Oh, they're bringing it up together. This is so beautiful. Oh boy.
I'm glad this one is going on the bottom.
Beautiful. Yes. Look at that. I love. Oh, your
Check
face.
this out.